Good morning. I'm out here trying to beat the storm. It's thundering, and obviously it is going to rain in a minute. So, I just want to say I was listening to my favorite YouTuber. A lot of people talk about how um when you die to the flesh, mostly Christians, they say when you die to the flesh, the less you want, and I disagree. I disagree. The more you die to the flesh, the less you want. I feel like it's vice versa, but they only say that to comfort themselves. I feel like they say that to, kind of pick me up, you know, a comfort tactic. A lot of people say things that are comfort tactics, but it's not the truth, and they wind up backfiring on them. Maybe I'm that backfire, but it's the truth. So when you die to the flesh, it's like the more you want those things because it's like you don't care about it anymore. Talking to a person of experience, you don't care about the flesh. So therefore, it's just like you're gonna want to turn to those things because what else do you turn to when you don't care? One thing that she did say though, it kind of woke me up. She was like, dying to the flesh is also when you're smacking, when someone's like, when someone's smacking your cheek over and over and over again. She said, someone smack you in your cheek, so you turn the other cheek and let them smack that cheek. This is dying to your flesh, and I love how she used this metaphor because it's just like the fact that this person keeps making you feel a certain way, you're going to keep turning your cheek to them. The fact that this person is your own, ethnicity, your own race, your own flesh and blood, and they keep smacking you and keep smacking you, you're going to turn your other cheek, and this is basically making you hard to the point where, who wants to deal with that? So I'm gonna turn my cheek to you, because you're making me harden my heart towards you. And what is that? What is that? What did we say that was? Hardening your heart towards the situation is only drawing you apart from God. You know? So back to the flesh. So that's just one tactic, dying to the flesh. This is one that you can use, would be turning your cheek towards those that you truly care about who truly care about you or your family and your friends or your loved ones or somebody of your own race that's making you feel some type of way or feel uncomfortable. Turn your cheek to them because you're dying to your flesh. This is one thing that you can do to die to your flesh. You're dying to your flesh when when they're slapping you on your cheek, they're teaching you this lesson. We learn lessons every day and we don't even know we're learning them. And that's one of the lessons that we are learning. Um, so yeah, back to what I was saying about, so what the way I think about it is that, a person that cares about their flesh, cares about their well-being, they go out and they work out. Tell me this is not true. Okay, so they go out, they work out, they go out and do this, that, and the third. They taking care of their body, they eating vegetables, they doing all they can, to be a better human. Tell me that this is not dying to your flesh. This is not dying to your flesh. This is making you not want to go get them drugs. This is making you not want to go, smoke, drink, um, drink caffeine, drink coffee, This is making you not want to get that prescription. Well, no, this make you want to go get the prescription. This is making you not want to consume what's bad for you because you are not dying to your flesh. You're not dying to your flesh when you do these things. But a person that's dead to the flesh is not thinking about none of that. I'm not thinking about, you know, going to exercise. I'm not thinking about stretching. I'm not thinking about doing yoga. I'm not thinking about running. I'm not thinking about riding that bike. I'm not thinking about going to exercise. You know, I'm not thinking about none of that. So it's just like, that's dying to your flesh. I'm not thinking about going into the spa. You know, I'm not thinking about getting a massage. I'm not thinking about, nothing about my body because that is a person that's dead to the flesh. They don't care about none of that. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that don't make sense. Like, everybody in church want to use this comfort tactic talking about, oh, if you die to the flesh, this means, if you're dying to the flesh, this means you're not going to want to go out and smoke. You're not going to want to go out and do this. That's lying. It's not true. You know? When you die to the flesh, it's going to make you want to do those things. It's not going to take you away from doing those things. That's just the way I see it, and that's just as clear as it comes. That's as true as it comes. Like, that's just the real. If you want to be honest, be honest. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Don't beat around the bush. Don't try to make it sound sweet because it's not sweet. But you try to make it sound sweet because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings about the situation. I'm dying for the flesh. Therefore, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. But then again, let's kind of revert it. Let's kind of, turn this around and not make it about drugs. Dying to the spirit. What is dying to the spirit apart from the flesh? Dying to the flesh is like, I don't care about this world. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. I'm living for my spirit. That's why I don't care about none of these things, because I'm living for my spirit. If you wasn't living for your spirit, you would care about these things because you're depending on the flesh. But when you depend on the spirit, you don't care about none of that. You don't care about, what helps the flesh, because my spirit is going to help my flesh. And that's what you're depending on. If this gonna kill my body, then you lean back on your spirit. So I'm trying to make it not about drugs. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to think of a way to not make it about drugs. Okay, so spirituality is, if that's the thing, spirituality, everybody has basically revolved drugs around spirituality. Weed, mushrooms, cigarettes, tobacco, crack, cocaine, Adderall, meth. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Not that I have any experience with these stuff. I've experienced with weed. I had experience with cigarettes, tobacco. That's the only experience I got. Nicotine, vapes. That's the only experience. Drinking. Like, that's the only experience. All that other stuff, I don't have no experience with. But, yeah, alcohol. They revolve all these things around spirituality just to draw you in and make you to grab hold of you. If you believe in, just as they do with money, if you believe in this, then that will make you, depend on this. That will idolizing. That's idolizing something. So like I said, they put all these drugs around you and they say, they revolve it around your spirituality, because guess what? Your spirituality is the most important and relevant characteristic we have in our life. This is our belief system. It's the strongest. So therefore, we make it about drugs. But what if we didn't make it about drugs? And that's all I'm saying. Like caffeine, sugar, that's what I was talking about. This is detaching me away from the world. You're not going to become detached from the world by smoking and doing drugs and this, that, and the third. The real thing to detach you from the world is coffee, sugar, cookies, pop, steak, salad, pizza. This stuff is going to detach you from the world, because this is the stuff that you like. Your body likes this stuff. That's living. That's dying to the flesh. Dying to the flesh is getting away from all of that is good for the flesh. That's dying to the flesh. I'm not going to exercise. I'm not going to go to this gym and get my body right. I'm not going to go get a massage because my back aches. I'm not going to do none of this stuff. That's dying to the flesh. I'm not going to take this aspirin or this ibuprofen, for my headache. I'm not going to take this pill for my depression or my low self-esteem or whatever they say I got. I'm not going to, drink this cough medicine when I'm coughing. I'm not going to take some, what is it called? Pepto-Bismol for my stomach ache. I'm not going to go to the dentist when I know I got a toothache. I'm not going to get my eyes checked or go get some glasses when my eyes is when I feel like I can't see and my eyes are, my vision is blurry. I'm not going to do none of that, because this is dying to the flesh. That's dying to the flesh. But they revolve it around drugs, because these are the very things that we rely on. These are the very things that's going to make us, this is the very things that gets money. They don't want to point out that realization, though. They don't want to point out those facts, because they lose money in those areas if you wake up to them. If you wake up to that realization, they're not going to profit. But if we put these drugs in the midst, they profit off of drugs. They profit off weed and this and that, even though it's not that much. They still profiting. It's like penny pinching. And people who do drugs are just, they're penny pinching off of the people who do drugs. It's not a big thing. But the real money is into you going to do stuff for your health. You going to take these vitamins. You going to, depending on the world. That's the real wealth, But drugs ain't none of that. Drugs is just like, I'm penny pinching you. I need the nickel. I need a dime. So I'm going to go sell this person this drug and, so I can keep my business going. But the real money is in your health. You giving away your faith and relying on man-made solutions and medicines to stand in the way of you and God. That's dying to your flesh. Dying to your flesh is not, eating this lobster. Yeah. That's living for your flesh. Is going to get that lobster, going to get the food that you feel, is good for your health. That's living for your flesh. So they got it vice versa. They got it all wrong. And that's all I wanted to say. It's still having stormed yet. But it's about to. So yeah, I just woke up, honestly. But she woke me up even more, and I'm just like, I gotta go out here and speak on this because this is going on for too long. Too many people, I have said this, I have heard this saying for way too long, and I need to say something about it and just speak on my thoughts and how I feel about that. Because back then, this is the stuff that you held in, because you didn't have a voice, you didn't have the confidence, or you didn't have the chance or the opportunity to express, or you didn't have that person to listen to you when you felt like you needed to talk. This is the stuff that you suppress inside your mind that's stuck in your consciousness in that web that you need to, unravel. The stuff that matter is stuck back there in your consciousness because you never spoke on it. This is the stuff that matters. We learned to do the opposite. We learned to express stuff that doesn't matter. While the stuff that matters is inside, still trying to get free. That being said, like, comment, subscribe, be notified, share at your own free will to show you care. Good morning. It's a cloudy Thursday. It's about to storm. It feels good, and this is my type of weather. So, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, be notified, share at your own free will to show you care.